And welcome back to Northstate Sports Weekly on AM 1490 KBLF, brought to you by Trophy Traditions. And now introducing the general manager of the NorCal Pirates, Casey Dill. And first off, Casey, I remember you from Enterprise High School.
Yeah, correct. The way that I got into running baseball team was actually a part of my high school senior project at Enterprise High School. The project was to choose something that's your interest that will also benefit the community. The only good idea I came up with was to start my own baseball team, and I've been doing it ever since 2002.
The only good idea. I have a feeling that idea has turned into quite a job for you.
Correct. The day job's over. Now I get to do what I love to do, which is the baseball work.
So how'd you really get into that? I mean, it started out as that senior project, but at the same time, this has been a lot of work. And not only are you running the NorCal Pirates, but you got the Stiks now going. You got the fall ball program. It's really taken off.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've always had an idea in my head and what I wanted the program to turn into, and it's definitely taken every year since 2002 and a lot of hard work in between now and then to get it to where we're at now. But I remember being 18 years old and getting to go over and play the Humboldt Crabs, and any 18-year-old kid that gets to go over and do that for the first time never forgets it. You're there in front of 1,000 diehards screaming baseball fans. It's a small taste of what it feels like to play professional baseball. And I look at the guys across the diamond, and they're no older than I am. You know, they're 18, 19, 20-year-old college baseball players. And that's something, feeling to this day, one of the best feelings I've ever had on a baseball field. And something that not only do I want to be able to have again as a coach and as a general manager, but I want to pass that along to some of the local college baseball players that are, you know, working hard to pursue their dreams in baseball as well.
Well, I know the Humboldt Crabs are the standard. They have been for a lot of years. As a matter of fact, they don't even have to travel hardly at all throughout the year because they sell out so many times at their own stadium. And I know that the Colt 45s are trying to get that same kind of feel. How do you feel that you are at level-wise with the Crabs, the 45s, and the Yuba City Gold Sox is another one in the area?
Competition-wise, on the baseball side of things, we're just as good of a baseball program, not as well established, obviously. The Humboldt Crabs have been around for almost 70 years. What separates their program from what we do is places like Marysville and places like Reading, places like Humboldt. They have a stadium where they're able to draw 1,000 people a night and make a good amount of money. It waives player fees. It makes them allow them to pay for coaches, pay for radio announcers, promotional nights, everything down to that. We've kind of made the Pirates happen up until this point on next to nothing. We make enough just to get by on our season. So for us, it's all about proving it on the baseball field and in hopes that, you know, someone's finally going to recognize that you're starting to do something good and maybe wants to get involved and help us out. With a primary location, we're able to host some good home games and get some fans to come in and watch.
Well, the NorCal Pirates in conjunction to the Chico Heat or conjunction to Butte College, Chico State, how would you factor that in as far as part of the baseball community there in Chico?
You know, summer collegiate baseball is something that's been around for a long time. I mean, most people are probably familiar with the Cape Cod League, where they're pulling college talent from all over the nation, bringing them into Massachusetts for the summer, and scouts are all over the stands. It's a good way for other college coaches to do recruiting. Summer collegiate baseball is something that I think is essential. It goes right along with high school to college to pros and so on. I mean, every major leaguer at some point probably played in a summer collegiate league somewhere in the United States.
Let's talk about the NorCal Pirates, and then in comparison, how did the Chico Stiks all come along?
Well, the NorCal Pirates are in the Far West League. The league bylaws state that all players must be college baseball players or have college eligibility and are pursuing college baseball. The way that differs from what we've done in the past and what the Chico Stiks are is in the past we've had a large group of our guys have been college baseball players, but we've also had some ex-pros, some ex-college players who still want to play a high level of competitive baseball. With the NorCal Pirates, you're no longer going to see, you know, the 30-year-old ex-pro that used to pitch in the Giants organization. You're going to see all up-and-comers, all guys that are pursuing professional baseball in the future. It's basically, the NorCal Pirates, you're going to see a lot of professional baseball players come out of the organization here within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And to stick, we have a lot of graduating high school seniors who are going to be going into their first year of college. In addition, we have those ex-pros that used to play on the NorCal Pirates. One, for example, Rich Janeway, who was a Golden League MVP, was an all-star for several years with the Chico Outlaws, is going to be out there with the Chico Stiks. And I've always maintained that an 18-year-old kid has a lot to learn from a guy like Rich Janeway, who's played at the highest levels of baseball and been very successful. To see how he goes about his day-to-day business on and off the baseball field is very valuable for an 18, 19, 20-year-old college baseball player.
How's it been for you as far as recruiting goes? Is it becoming easier and easier because the Pirates are becoming more established, and now with the Stiks around, that people are pursuing you as opposed to you having to get the word out all the time?
Absolutely. I feel like the last 3 to 4 years, it's been all about building a name for ourselves and proving that we were one of those top-level summer collegiate baseball teams. I'm kind of overwhelmed with the amount of players that want to play for the Pirates, and hence that's kind of where the Chico Stiks come from. We now have a secondary team where we're able to place those players that are willing to move to Chico for the summer and play for us.
How about facilities-wise? Is it a struggle? I know there's Nettleton Stadium, Chico State, and the Heat play there. You got Butte College, you got the high schools, you got Doryland.
Well, Butte College has been great for us. I want to thank Coach Farrell and that program very much. Without that facility out there, what we've been able to do up until this point hasn't been possible. It's a great ballpark. The field is top quality. The one problem we run into as far as drawing any kind of fan base is there's no lights out there, and it's hard to get people to come watch baseball in the middle of the summer when it's 110 degrees out in the middle of the day. That's kind of the problem that we're running into, where I feel like if we had a stadium with lights, that it's a lot easier to sit there and watch a doubleheader in 70, 80-degree heat than it is 100, 110-degree heat. Our ultimate goal, absolutely, if we had our own minor league quality facility, I think that the sky would be the limit as far as where we could take this as a baseball program.
I was surprised to hear about the Stiks. I know they've been around before. Now you're kind of resurrecting that name and that brand again. But what would you like to see ultimately, say, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, what it would look like in Chico?
Ultimately, I'd like to have our own baseball stadium. I'd like to have the Humboldt Crabs come into Chico for a 3 or 4 game set and us have 1,000 people in the stands. And we could really provide that minor league quality atmosphere. And fans would be able to see firsthand the guys that are going to be in the pros the next 2 or 3 years. You know, you're not supporting a guy that's already been there. You're supporting a guy that's possibly to get there.
You talked about semi-pro baseball. What does it mean for someone going through it? You've played it. You've also done the player-manager thing. What does it take as far as their level of commitment goes? Do you try to find housing for the kids as well?
The kids coming into town at Chico for the summer, we do have host families for them. We also have the Chico State player on our team this summer, John Peters, who's going to have a couple rooms open this spring. So we had a couple players that say, hey, we'd rather pay, a couple $100 in rent and stay with players. So part of my job as a general manager is if we agree to let a kid come play for the Pirates in the summer, for me to say whether it be with a host family or it be they want to pay a little bit of rent in front of the players. It's a daily commitment. Your number one priority every day has to be baseball, and with that comes sacrifice. Not spending as much time with your friends, not going to the lake. Baseball has to be your number one priority, and that's at the same point. That's what it takes for you to get to the next level. It's having baseball be your number one priority and doing whatever it takes on a daily basis to get to that next level. So kind of what it takes to make it in summer collegiate, semi-pro baseball is the same thing as what it takes to take it to the next level baseball.
I think it's a good step for the college players to see what it's really like to play at a pro level, or at least where it's a day-to-day grind. You're not having to worry about class. You still have to get up every single day and go to work, so to speak, even though it's on a ball field.
Absolutely, and that's how baseball used to be. Professional baseball used to be guys that work 8 hours a day, and they'd show up on the weekends for a 3 or 4 game set, and they'd play baseball, and they did it because they loved it. And those are the kind of guys that we're trying to draw to the program. We're trying to draw the guy that's willing to do whatever it takes to reach his baseball dreams, and so whatever it takes attitude. Work all day and then play baseball at night, or work all week and play baseball on the weekend. Finding a way to make it work, no matter what your other daily responsibilities.
Well, I know that you're always looking for some sponsorship, maybe someone who might be interested in playing. What's the best way to get a hold of you? And I also know you got a big fundraiser coming up on the old bowling alley, right?
Yeah, our number one fundraiser is our Bowling for Baseball fundraiser. That's coming up April 9th. $20 gets you 2 hours of bowling, all-you-can-eat pizza and soda, additional drinks and stuff. We're going to have a big raffle. We're going to get a chance to meet North Cal Pirate players. We have a couple people involved in the program this year that I think are going to have a huge impact on the team. Jim Lauer, who's a Butte College Hall of Famer. He coached at Butte College, played and coached both in the Mets organization. He's going to be there, and as far as baseball is concerned, there's not too many people in the baseball community around here that know more than Jim Lauer. John McAlutis and Chris Corso, they're going to be helping us out with player development and baseball operations. It's going to be a good opportunity at the fundraiser to get to pick these guys' brains. I know there's a lot of young people in the community that want to know what it takes to get to the next level or need that knowledge. Being at the fundraiser is going to be a good opportunity for them to talk to a lot of these guys and hope to find out some stuff that they need.
So for more information, go to NorCalPirates.com or ChicoStiks.com. And by the way, that's STIKF.com. Or, of course, you do have your fall ball program as well, right?
Absolutely. bringing back the Chico Colts. I know it was a Butte College off-season team in the past. I called Coach Farrell at the Butte College and asked him if he mind if we use the name again. He has some of the old jerseys that some of the older guys used to wear that we're going to use off of him. So the Chico Colts are being used as we have some players that are pursuing college baseball but aren't currently playing on a college baseball team. So this is a way for us to get them in baseball shape and ready to go by the time summer rolls around.
That sounds like a great thing, and I appreciate all the work you're putting into, and I know that a lot of players and coaches, for that matter, appreciate the work that you're putting in. And let's face it, from the Reading area to the Sacramento area, it's not like scouts to stop when they get to I-80 in Sacramento. They're going to have to come up north anymore.
That's right. That's correct. And we're trying to put the name on the map. We're really trying to, make a top-level summer collegiate baseball program. So you do see a lot of kids going into the pros in the future, and you do see junior college kids getting college scholarships in the future. The ultimate goal is let's see how far we can take this, and let's see how many guys we can help out reach their baseball dreams.
Keeping the dream alive with the likes of Casey Dill, the general manager of the NorCal Pirates baseball organization. I also want to thank our other guest, Greg Grandel, the West Valley football coach, as well as Joe Gallaty, the head baseball coach out at Red Bluff High School. As always, I'd like to thank Cal Hunter, the president general manager of KBLF. Don't forget to listen to